All right, let's go. Let's see if the internet wants to work today. What a day yesterday was. Holy hell in a handbasket. Hey, Cliffhanger, thanks for joining, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you, bud. All right. That's always nice to start off the day that way. I did put out that members only video a few minutes, a couple hours ago, actually. So thank you, bud. Bucks Rays, how you doing, bud? Better than yesterday. Yesterday was hell in a handbasket here, man. We had like it started raining during the end of the one at the in overtime. It started raining. It didn't stop raining till last night at about 10 o'clock at night. And the internet was in, out, in, out, in, out. Hey Damon, I started the stream and it clicked off. And then I tried to create a new stream because it looked like it came back. So I was going to start a new stream. And then I came in here, and as soon as I started, it clicked off again. And of course, it was just nasty weather, nasty weather. So how's everybody doing? Everybody ready? 10 o'clock tonight, right? Everybody got your how'd everybody do in the last game? Anybody fall asleep? Anybody fall asleep? I had a little bit of extra coffee. It was hard to fall asleep after the game because you're all jacked up on coffee, and then overtime was so good. At least the shootout was short. That was short, right? Barkov and Reinhardt were just that was nasty. That's like not even nice what they did. The court played a good game. He didn't deserve that at the end. He didn't deserve that at the end. That wasn't right what they did to him. They both basically did the same move too. So we'll take it. Any way we can get the 2 points, right? We'll take it. Ethan says his final exams for me anyway, so I was studying. Yep, nice, nice. John says one more essay and then a 6-week break. Oh boy, man. Yeah, you poor kids in school. Yeah. 6 weeks, so I guess that's the rest of December and all of January, huh? Hey, incorrigible. Hold on, let me blow up the chat so I can see it. Yo, GM Jaws, game was great. Can't blame you for taking yesterday off. The cord going to get a contract from a contender for sure. I tried not to take it off. I was fine. I was in bed by 2. I woke up at 7. That's normal for me in terms of I get 5 hours of sleep. Like 5 hours of sleep for me is good. And then I just did my normal morning, and I came in here, and the internet just was not. It just wouldn't function. It was off and on, like literally, like on 20 seconds. It stayed on a couple of times long enough for me to set up the stream, and then by the time I'd start streaming, it was dead. So, Don, it's January 21st, right? Yes, that's a nice break. The court got extended by the Kraken a few weeks ago. That might make him easier to move, though, right? You never know who's going to sell. When is the deadline? The March something. Let me look it up. March something. Hold on. Let me go turn off my heater over here. I had this heater on, and it's warm enough in here now. Off. Okay. Let's see. When is the NHL trade deadline? When is the NHL trade deadline? March 8th. Hold on a second. I'm getting a call and I can't answer it, Mom. But let me check something. Okay, no. Let me I gotta send my mom a text. Just bear with me. All right. My mom doesn't usually call me, but there could be reasons she's calling me that's not emergency, so I just asked her. So March 7th, thanks, Adonis. Yeah, so what's that? 2 months? What is it? Not 3 months, right? December, January, February. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Okay, everything's fine. Okay. All right. Ethan wants to know if we would move on to Ekblad. What would we do? Trade, walk in free agent? You're gonna have to just let him walk. There's unless there is some kind of obscene magical rainbow unicorn thing that only Bill Zito knows about, where like Cale Makar has had a massive falling out with the Avalanche, and Zito's the only one that knows. Barring something like that, you just try to win a second cup with Ekblad here, and then if you're going to let him walk, you let him walk. Donna says, who's more likely to stay, Ekblad or Bennett? Bennett's not going anywhere. I don't see Bennett going anywhere. He might want $1 million more than we really would like to give him, but he's too much of a key. He's too much of a key to, our advantage of having Lundell at 3C is because of Bennett at 2C. And it just works. I can't imagine that we would want to let him go. Goat Slayer says they're playing well on this road trip. Just want things to keep clicking. Left too many points on the table already this year. That's true. Oh, here we go. Vincent still says it's the Sharks channel. Well, yeah. We'll just here. We got our Sharks. I just got to put it in the frame. Donna says Bennett's kind of the main factor for the culture. Exactly. You can't. It's too big of a piece. As it is, we have to make up for Montour and OEL somehow. So it's a tough call. You want to root for Kulikov to be able to be good enough on that second pair with Mikkola, but we still need a guy. We still need a guy for sure. But no, I don't. I think Bennett. I mean, I don't know how much more than 7 he would get. I mean, Verhaeghe got 8.5, 8.7, right? Something like that. Vince says we're going to trade Jaws before Bennett. Jaws will retire before Bennett does. Jaws is going to win the lottery. That's. I've decided that's my way out of this mess. Is I'm just going to have to win the lottery. Donna says if we keep Ekblad and Bennett walks, no, that can't happen. Then Lundell would be the next second and can set no. That can't happen, Adonis. I know what you're saying. Swaggy got 7. Reinhardt got 8.6. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I got 8 and the 7. I combined the two. I combined them. Adonis, that can't happen. I mean, of course it can happen, but we can't let that happen. There's no way you let Bennett walk and keep Ekblad. That would just be dumb. Craig says Cooley is good but a tad slow. Yeah, it's just a shame. If he was just a smidge better, we might be set. Little J says it should be Kulikov and Schmidt bottom pair. We just need another Montour for Mikkola. Belinskas ain't cutting it at 6D. Well, Belinskas is, yeah. I mean, Belinskas is a guy that you can pop in, right? And in case of an injury or whatnot, I'm talking playoffs. But no, we definitely need a guy. Geez, Damien says, imagine Forsling and Makar in the first D pair would be deadly. I don't even think it would be worth it. Like, you'd want to have, like, crazy as it sounds, if you had Forsling and Makar, you get each one of them a suitable pair, and now you have two number 1 pairs. Right? You get them each a viable partner, and you have putting them together is like you can only allow no goals once. You know what I mean? So, but if you have 2 shutdown pairs, you can allow no goals twice. You know what I mean? It's wishful thinking. It ain't never gonna happen. Right? It's a shame. It's a shame. Carr wasting his whole career over there in Colorado, man. What's going on? I suppose. From Utah, Kesserling and Stenlin for Ekblad. From Ottawa, Jensen for a fourth, and Boquist. Huh. But I guess the question would be, why would Utah do that? Like, that sounds great for us, right? But like, why would Utah do that? Unless they're dumb, right? That's the only problem, Vincent. Is why would Utah? Craig says, yeah, spread the defense around to have 1A and 1B, right? Right? We're not greedy around here. How many cups in a row do we win with forcing on the top pair and McCarr in the second? Or I guess, what would you do? Make it McCarr on the first pair? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, really. You know? How many cups in a row do we win at that point? Hey, have they said who's in net tonight yet? You got to assume that Knight's going to get in a game here soon. Although Knight had played, Bob just came back, right? So, yeah, you give Bob another game, I guess. Hey, Dustin. Vincent said Ekblad is a veteran D reputation, and they sign him for cheap. I'd do it. Although we just don't know about the locker room, right? That's the other thing. You know, we just don't know about the locker room. You know, there could be a mutiny. Wasn't there something that went on before that was? Oh, yeah, the Keith Yandel thing. Remember? Was it Q that was going to bench him? Was that Q or Brunette? When did it happen? It was Q, right? That was going to bench Yandel before the Iron Man streak. And then there was like a mutiny in the locker room, basically. And then all of a sudden he didn't bench Yandel. Was it Q or was it somebody else? It all runs together. Or was it not Q, and not Bruno, the dude that was here before? Why can't I remember anybody's name? The guy that was here before Q. I can't remember. Somebody will tell me. I can't remember his name. No. I mean the coach. The coach. No, Bruno was after. Well, when did Yandel leave? Bugner. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. I knew it was a buh. No, it was Bugner, right? Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. They all run together. I'm picturing his face, but the name just escaped me. Yeah, Bugner. You're right, Damien. You're right, Bob Bugner. You're right. I'm thinking Bob. I'm thinking, what do you want, man? Huh? I'm clearly off my meds. Jeez. Ethan says, what would I be happy paying Ekblad? Oh, 3.5. Like anything. I mean, he's never going to sign for like less than Mikkola, right? I mean, Mikkola's getting 4, right? So, I mean, you'd have to at least pay him what you're paying Mikkola. I can't imagine he's going to take that much of a pay cut. But who knows? He might want to raise. You just don't know. You just never know. Don says, when did Ekblad become a captain? I have to think about that. Vincent says, no, the Iron Man thing was just before they booted him. So then who was that? Don't ask me to remember this stuff in chronological order. Greg says 4x4. Right. Yeah. So that's probably what Ekblad would get if he's willing to take a pay cut. But we don't know. Maybe he's edited. Was it Gallant that did that? No. Because Rose signed Yandel. So that much I remember. And then after Rowe left, that's when we got Bugner back. Vincent, you think it was Bruno that did that? But it couldn't have been Bruno because it was at the beginning of a year. There was a rumor that Yandel was going to be scratched for the opening night. It has to be Q because Bruno wasn't the coach at the start of the year. It would have to be Q. When did Yandel leave? Now I have to know. Now I'm in it. I'm sorry. When did Yandel leave? God, he's only 38. He still could have been playing. Let me see. Yandel's last year for us was 2021. So that's not the President's Trophy season. That's the year after the pandemic. So that's 2021 was the last year. So we got rid of him in the summer of 21. So then coming into the 22-23 season, that's Q. That had to be Q then. Anyway, how did I get here? They were going to bench him. And the team threw a mutiny. Basically, had a team meeting. And then all of a sudden, Yandel was playing again. Drew wants to know, do I think Bennett will be gone? No, Bennett's not going anywhere. I don't. Bennett is staying. We have plenty of money for that. That's for sure. Dustin, how would I feel if the Panthers had somehow gotten Trouba? No thanks. It's not what we need. It's not what we need. You know what I mean? We need an OEL or a Montour to pair with Mikkola. Boston Warriors says Nick Caprio just came out and said it's a 50-50 shot the Panthers move Bennett. I don't know. He's got to be making shit up. That would be, look, anything in the world can happen. But that would just, when you look at the layout of the roster, that would just be obscene. Cup or no cup? Like cup or no cup? This might be a bit hyperbolic, but moving Bennett because you got to keep Ekblad, that's almost a fireable offense. Like if we hadn't won the Stanley Cup last year and Zito moved Bennett to keep Ekblad, I will be screaming in front of the recap wall, fire Bill Zito. That's how asinine that move would be. You know, that would be like the only thing that would save him would be, well, we did win a cup. Yeah, Zito loves Bennett. No chance. Exactly. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. Hey, Dave. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Craig agrees. Yeah, that can't be. It just can't. It just can't. Right? Dustin says, I'm still baffled why Lomberg left. I mean, they just wanted a little bit. He just wanted a little bit more money, and we just didn't have it. I mean, you know, it's easy for us to say, well, he was making $900,000. What's he making? 1.1 now? I mean, I hate to think that little bit more money would have been it, but you know, maybe not everybody wants to live in Florida. Maybe he wanted to go back. Where's he from? Vincent says the only thing wrong here is signing Verhaeghe ahead of Bennett. Lomberg's at $2 million. Oh shit! Well, then there's your answer. Yeah, there's your answer. we can't afford that. We can barely afford the players we have. We have to send Sam Miskevich down just to call up another goalie. So yeah. Vincent says the only thing wrong is signing Verhaeghe ahead of Bennett, unless you never know if Bennett's representation would be like, you tell me what you're going to pay Verhaeghe, and then we'll talk about, you know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying there, but to me, it seems like they're both going to get paid. Damien says, I wonder if we are going to, what are we going to do when we have a lot of money when Bob leaves? Spencer Knight needs a contract that same year, Damien. So we're going to add 10 million, but so much can happen between now and then in terms of what Spencer Knight's worth is going to be. And if Bob might try to extend for a couple of years at 5 million or something like that, I wouldn't want to count any of those chickens until they come home to roost. I wouldn't want that at all. Hold on, I just got to answer my mom here real quick. All right. There was a question. Yeah, Jason Todd said, I'm happy Lumber got paid. He had a family and totally understandable. Yeah, there's a big difference between him getting $2 million and the $1 million we might have been able to pay him. That's just too much money. Ethan says, do you think we could get Cam Fowler and if he would be a good fit? Maybe. I mean, I don't know what Anaheim is doing. I don't know what the Ducks are doing, right? That's the question there. Is the right age. That is kind of the age group we would be looking at, unless we're not looking to replace, Eggplant. Boston says, would you have liked to have kept Stenlund? Yes, he seemed pretty decent. He's doing okay in Utah. Greer and Nosek are just fill-in players for the most part. Agree. 100% agree. Nothing bad about them. But yeah, we ran up against, same thing Tampa ran into. You're paying your goalie $10 million. Now Tampa has always just gone cheap on the backup goaltender, right? Tampa just like, here's our team, and then like, hey, we only have one goalie. It's like, oh crap, go find a men's league player. That's basically how Tampa treats the backup goaltender position. For us, we paid ours. So unfortunately, we kind of been picking at the scrap heap a little bit there in the bottom of the barrel. I hate to say it. And we'll see what the trade deadline brings. But yeah, we would have all loved to have kept Stenlund, no doubt. No doubt. About Ekblad for Zegras. I don't know. I don't think Ekblad's going anywhere. Whoa, Ethan says our face-off percentage is 47.7. Yeah. That was, and Nosek was supposed to be good. Nosek, in fact, when I looked him up, when we got him, I looked him up and I'm like, okay, good. This is the dude for the face-offs. Because I believe, I'm going to look at this, but I think his face-off percentages have always been really good. Let's see here. Where's his face-off percentages? Face-off. So, yeah. So the previous years before Nosek got here, 51.7, 53.9, 59.3, then 51.9 last year, and now 47.6. So he's running a solid 5 to almost 10 percentage points behind where he's traditionally been in the last 5 years. That sucks. That sucks. Dustin, you're going to get banned. Don't say that. We don't even say that. I says Josh should get a coffee sponsor for these late night games, right? I almost forgot my coffee today at the store too, but luckily I bought it. Dave says, so all teams are dealing with salary cap issues then. For the most part. Well, because look, the league screwed up the way that they did it. Because Okay, we get it. COVID came and the flat cap and all of that. But then there should have been some kind of allowance for the fact that teams had already signed players based on what they would have assumed the cap was going to go up. Like now, we talk about Verhaeghe's contract or Bennett's contract or any of these contracts, Reinhardt's contract. Well, the cap's going to go up, so it'll be okay. So then the league screws everybody, and they could have kept the salary cap flat while also having some kind of an allowance for contracts that had been signed in the recent 3 years. You know what I mean? Just so that teams wouldn't be in the position where there's a lot of teams that just the league could have done a better job with that. Boston says Nosek was an excellent face-off man. Should have no problem. Maybe it's all the injuries he went through last year or two. It's a shame because I watched some Panther games and I know he can do better. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't impressed me. It's not bad, right? It's like he's not in bad position giving up goals or anything like that. But there were times last year where Stenlin, was like win the draw. And it ain't happening this year. And it's leading to possessions. It really is. But I don't think that we're going to have the money to do anything about it. He's just going to have to gut it out and get a little bit better. Lil J, I mean, I get what you're saying, but what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that they should have raised the cap when they didn't have the money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, okay, we're going to leave the cap at 82 million or whatever it was. That's the cap, okay? But then what we're going to do is if you signed a guy in the last 3 years, we're going to take 10% off. 10% off the contract. So if he got $8.5 million, that gives you $850,000 worth of cap space. And all you're going to do with that is have a fourth line guy. But there's teams that have ended up to where, you have to play this whole Russian roulette with waiving guys because you don't have enough cap space because somebody gets sick or somebody gets dinged for a day to bring up somebody from the AHL. I just think they could have done a better job. I'm not saying that they needed to raise the cap when they didn't have the money, but they should have had some allowances for some of the contracts that were signed based on the assumption, because it would have gone up. Without COVID, it would have gone up. Dustin says, sort of, will he make the lineup anytime soon, or is he a career AHLer? Nye says Sourdiff is the first injury call-up. Yeah, I would agree with that. Ethan says Stenlin winning faceoffs help put bottom line, spend more time in the offensive zone versus the defensive zone, which over a season is huge. Yep. I appreciate that, Dave. No worries, brother. I says, have I seen the 12 days of Christmas gifts the team shop is selling? Everything is overpriced. The Letterman jacket is $600. No, because I saw the first one. I saw the $300 cardigan, and I'm like, I don't even know if I could buy it if it was $30. Okay? $30, I'd be like, press buy, click, hey, got approved. So $300 and $600. No, what are they thinking? Boston says, how do we think the defense looks? Do you think Adam Boquist is okay? I mean, I'm surprised Bornford hasn't gotten a call up. I know he's a depth guy. Good to see Balinska's get a shot, though. Lil J, yeah, Adam Boquist may as well play forward with Jesper. Boquist has not been impressive defensively. Pretty much every time he's on the ice, I'm not saying it's necessarily all his fault, but it just seems like the games where he plays defense, it's just like scatterbrained. It's not been good. Jesper's been too good because he made Paul Maurice fall in love with him instead of letting Mackie Samoskevich get the ice time he should have, which I think Maurice has finally figured that out. Torns a born foot. He's in the AHL, and apparently, from what I've been told, he's not even playing every game. So I don't know what is going on with that guy, but he's not on the team's radar at all for whatever reason. It's a shame. Lil J Bro had Mikula babysitting. It's true. It's true. I want to like him, but it's just like he reminds me so much of Josh Mahura. Now, what was it? I said now they sold Jaws and Kyle Bobblehead. I'll pay $600 for that. Oh, I wish, right? Some of those things aren't the best looking either. Yeah, I mean, I don't want a cardigan. I mean, think about the market that you're selling that to. A hockey fan that's going to buy a cardigan. So already do women wear cardigans? Like that's pretty much a man thing, right? I don't know if I've ever seen a woman wearing a cardigan. I don't know. So that's just like, if you're going to have the gifts that are expensive, they got to be for women, because mainly that's going to be the men buying their woman this $300 Christmas gift, right? What man is buying himself? I suppose a woman would buy the man the $300 cardigan for Christmas if she wanted to make sure that no other women were attracted to him. That's a take. That's definitely one way it could work. Market it to the women. Hey, want to make sure that no other women are attracted to your man? Here you go. Buy him this cardigan. It could work. It's, yeah. Are we talking music now? How we get there? Yeah, I just want a robe. Exactly, Dave. Craig says Adam is definitely a forward LARPing as a defenseman. That sounds about right. Which is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. He reminds me a little bit of Mahura, a little bit of Mike Matheson. It's just like, just play forward, dude. He's got the speed. He's obviously got quickness. And he doesn't have a huge, he's not a big guy. He should just play forward. What am I talking about? Dave, what's a cardigan anyway? It's like, I mean, I'll have to look at it to describe it. Here you go. Here, I'll put here. Here you go. See if you can see that. Can you see that? No. Why do the phones not work with the? No, you guys can't. Wait. There we go. There you go, Dave. That's a cardigan. That's a cardigan. So yeah, like I said, if you're a woman and you want no other woman to be interested in your man, buy him that. Hey, Dana. She says, yeah, those 12 days of shops are horrible. I went down to the team shop the other day, and the only thing I bought was the Champs Gone Wild t-shirt for $38, which is, yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah. Pajamas are a horrible material. I don't know why they even thought of those. At least give them. Yeah, you want a nice, hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, you want a nice fluffy, light material, right? Was it like cardboard flannel? Boston says, I hear Josh Brown is available from the Bakersfield condos if you want him back. Timu version of Gudis. Oh, poor Josh Brown. Hey, some guys just barely make it to the NHL. No shame in that. You know what I mean? I wish I would have just barely made it to NFL. You know what I mean? Dave says, old man sweater. Oh, I can see why I don't own one. Right? Right? It's like, I want to know. I want to be in on the meeting. I want to know who brought that idea, $300 cardigan, and the rest of the marketing team said, yes. In fact, let's make that the first thing to set the tone. Like, who do they have running this? Who do they got running things? Boston. Kyle's still asleep too. He's here, right? He's not at his mom's. Sometimes he sleeps so late, I have to question myself if he went to his mom's the night before. We watched last night. You guys ever watch the Goes Wrong stuff? Like Peter Pan Goes Wrong, Christmas Carol Goes Wrong. We watched a few of those last night. I almost pissed myself. Those things are hysterical. James says, right? Whose idea was it? Yeah. I mean, I could do that job. I can look. This YouTube channel is a perfect example of I can come up with plenty of ideas that will be unpopular. I could have done that for a lot cheaper than whoever came up with those 12 ideas. Damn it. Gudis and Trub on the same pair, right? Should have had Barkov holding a pipe to ensure sales. The Ward Cleaver vibe. Yeah, it's crazy. It's great. But then what was $600? Tyler wants to know who do I think we have a realistic trade for defensemen? Honestly, I said it before, I'll say it again. The truth of it is I know we're going to get somebody. And I would be almost willing to guarantee that when the deal is made, 95% of us are going to be who? Because remember, we're looking for a top 4 guy. We're not looking for a top 2, looking for a top 4 guy, right? And we're looking for a Zito special. We have no money. We have nothing to give. We have hope and prayers. We got hope and change. That's all we got. That's all we got. Well, we could trade you some hope and change. Hope they win a cup and they could change the team. That's all we can offer is hope and change. The Letterman jacket, $600. What's my favorite Christmas movie? Trading Places. Because Trading Places is Thanksgiving and Christmas. Trading Places. That's easy. When Dan Aykroyd is sitting there eating the salmon in front of the restaurant window, and Eddie Murphy and everybody is there having the dinner, and he's just got this salmon on, and it's pouring rain, and then the dog comes and pisses on him. That's good stuff. Damien says, kind of cool Christmas movie the other night called Silent Night with Keira Knightley. It's really cool. And the person working for the Florida team shop in charge of the 12 days really needs to lose their job. Right? Yeah, I know. Shafashi, in terms of who, man. Oh, no, Vincent, I have not lost any today, I don't think. We're back. For like 3 months, we were between 8,540 and 50. And now we're between 8,570 and 60. Now we're going to do that for a few months. But no, in terms of who, I don't know. I honestly, the Trouba thing kind of like made my head spin because it's like, how did the Rangers even get anything for him? And hold on all that, you know what I mean? And not have to retain any salary. I don't know what that was all about unless the Ducks are just going to flip them. But so I honestly feel like it's going to be somebody we wouldn't have any idea about. Like none of the names that would be out there. Like there'll be like only fans of that team know who the dude is. Boss says, yeah, I have a feeling Zito is going to be sneaky. He's very smart. I still remember when he got hired back in 2020. That was the happiest day on earth, seeing Dale walk out the door, right? Yep. Matthew, I didn't say the season was over. I said the season was over. We keep playing like that. Context, brother. I know a lot of people might hear I said this, but if they don't listen to the second part of the sentence, I said, yeah, I said we would have trouble making the playoffs if we continued to play like that. Sure. Where is Dale? That's a good point. Probably, I did a video on him a couple of years ago. I think he's playing golf. I think not like professionally, obviously, but like I think I read like he was doing some tournament. I mean, he's 74 years old. So he's got to just be playing golf, right? He's got to be just golf. He's got to be just golfing. You know? Yeah, hopefully in a retirement home, right? Well, look, we'll be fine. Gorgeable says transmission went out on the car yesterday. Lost all my leverage for a possible trade-in. Now going to make a full Deegan move on a low mileage C7. Wish me luck later. That reminds me of a good story, Goat Slayer. Where the hell was this? Oh yeah, this was 1993, and I had a Hyundai Accent, and it was beat to crap. And I went to a Toyota dealership, and when I parked the Hyundai at the dealership to look at cars, the head gasket just oil, all of the fluids, like the whole engine just took a giant dump right there in the parking lot, and the car was DOA. They still gave me junk price for it, but I literally had to buy a car to get the hell off the lot. I literally had to buy a car to get off the lot. But I guess at least I made it to the lot. At least I made it to the lot, right? Damien says, I saw Bill yesterday, not in the NFL no more. Oh, you talking about Belichick going to college? Did he sign? Did he sign with them? Coach says the Panthers are literally the only good news I look forward to every day. That's a tough life. Oh, thank you, Jameson. Dale Talon is working for the Canucks as an executive. Well, that's the problem. No wonder you're tied with the Flames. Why would you guys want to do that? Why would I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, so it's official. So Bill checked or Bill signed. Gotcha. Yeah, 93 was a good year. What was I, 21? 21? 22. I was 22. Jeez, 22. Unbelievable. Jameson, so thank you for letting me know. I didn't realize that's what he was doing. So that could explain, if you have an overabundance of big, slow defensemen, you know who to blame. And 35-year-old forwards, you know who to blame. That's interesting how, the old guys just find a way to stick around a little bit. You know what I mean? Who do you think's going to hire Q? I'm telling you, Nashville needs to fire Brunette and hire Q. I just want to see. I want to see that happen. Brunette's done anyway. How does he still have a job? They've lost 8 in a row. Can somebody explain to me how he still has a job? Truthfully, how does he still have a job? I says, I hope Huberdeau wins a cup at some point and gets a ring so Hubie and Barkov can hang out together and look at their rings. At the end, once this core is done, Huberdeau can be our trade deadline pickup because we need a third line guy or some veteran guy that can play in the fourth line, and he can win a cup with us. But you're talking another 5 years down the road. He can be Okposo. Huberdeau can be Okposo. Yeah. There we go. Huberdeau can come on home. Come on. All right. And he can be Okposo and he can win the cup just barely getting on the ice, just barely be able to move on the ice at like 40 years old. And then, yeah. Scientist says, according to Lockdown Predators, they have no intention on finding a new coach. He says, if Bruno gets fired, does he have to drive off drunk on a golf cart? I don't know how he. Matthew says, I never thought he was good. I don't know how. I don't know how he still has a job. I guess they want to give him an opportunity to turn it around. Middle says, for how long do you think we're contenders and how long do we think we're a sure playoff team? I mean, sure contenders is this year and next year. As long as Bobrovsky is Bobrovsky, we're contenders. Past that, ask Spencer Knight or whoever's coming after him, after Bob. Because, I mean, everybody's signed, right? Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Bennett's going to get signed. Kachuk is signed. Rodriguez. If you eventually put Samoskevich up there, Lundell signed. We've got Sordiff coming. If you can't sign Luosterainen at some point, the fourth line needs, but we'll be able to spend more money on the fourth line when Bob is gone. Defensively, I mean, in terms of the playoffs, I don't see us being, I mean, look at even Tampa, how they've retooled. Of course, they had to send Stamkos packing. Oh, look at this. Oh, we are blessed. We have been blessed by the Kyle monster.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
That's good.
All right. You have something to say, or are you just interrupting?
I was saying that I had a fun time with you at watching that.
Yeah.
Peter Pan goes wrong.
Yeah.
Has anyone else in the chat seen it?
No, I didn't see anybody. I asked, but I don't think they saw it. No. So everybody's saying hi.
Hello.
Okay, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Go find the stuff that I got to pack and ship so I can go do that.
Okay.
As I know we got it's just overloaded, I'm sure. All right.
All right, I love you.
Love you too, kid. Yeah, Kyle can't come on camera or we would see his lightning PJs. That's true. That's true. Dave, there's this, I guess they're on YouTube. They do skits. It's called the Goes Wrong Show. And they do whole plays, but it's like if Peter Pan goes wrong or Christmas Carol goes wrong and stuff like that. It is freaking hysterical. Like fall out of your chair, rolling on the floor, hysterical. Those shows. He loves them. So we hadn't watched them in a few. I watched a couple with him last night. So it's a whole acting troupe. So you as you watch each one, each specific actor has certain kind of roles that they always play. So it's pretty comical. I guess it's on YouTube. It must be on, because we were watching it with ads. Well, he said it was free with ads. I'd have to ask him. I assume it's YouTube, but I wonder if it's Netflix or something else. So that's okay. So yeah, that's what we did last night. Just to have to do something different. Excuse me. Sorry, what's with the cough? Metal says the cap is going up 5%. 5%. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Just watching Knight's interviews, he seems more confident. He does. I'm hopeful that Knight can be what we paid him to be, right? I mean, we have, let's face it. If we would have just dug in the trash heap like everybody else does for their backup goaltender, we could have had Stenlund. We could have just kept Stenlund and Lomberg. Silva says, hey, Jaws, I had an idea for the members. What if you let members join the streams kind of like after we won the cup and gave us a link to join? Right. Yeah, I could try to do that. I have to be careful with that. I got to get a different setup with my speakers. I can't do the headphones. So I just got some speakers in, because when I do the headphones like I used to do with Stu and everything, I get triggered with the migraine. So I actually just got some speakers in. So that's not a bad idea. When I did the members only streams for this, nobody showed up. I don't know if the members didn't get notifications or what, but I did the first couple of these members only, and like 4 people showed up. And then when I did it normal, everybody showed up, but all the members showed up. It was like there was, 40, 50 people. So I don't know if YouTube didn't give members notifications or what happened there. But I tried it a couple of times and I was just talking to myself. So I figured I'd just open it up for everybody. Eyes. There will be an opportunity. I appreciate that sentiment. I appreciate that sentiment. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for information. There will be an opportunity to help Jaws and Kyle. We have something that we have an opportunity to do that I'm not having any financial luck putting together. I'm doing it anyway. But it's something very channel related. But I can't talk about it because it's a surprise and it's somebody from the channel helping me do something. So stay tuned. It's the surprise that I told you about before. Dave says, yo, what happened to Stu anyway? I passed on that. I passed on that question. I don't wish Stu any ill will. And we'll just leave it at that. Right? The same thing with the girlfriend. Just, I have a very permissive personality until so if I ever draw a boundary, people don't like it. We'll just leave it at that. Jameson says, I was going to do it last year for the Canucks Panthers game for the longer night, but Jaws had a bad migraine. Yeah, I remember that last year. I know, Dave. No, I get it, Dave. That's okay. About the gifts. I know, because every time I print the label to Canada, we can still send stuff through eBay. But I guess there's a whole strike going on there, right? I guess there's a whole strike going on there. That's okay, Dave. Don't worry about it. It's still better than people. I haven't had anybody ask me how the dog is recently, so that's good. The first month, there were still people that didn't know when they would ask on the stream or whatnot how the dog was doing. So that kind of sucked. That sucked, right? So it's okay. All right. I think that's going to do it. I think we've done it. Yep, we got close enough. All right, everybody. 10, quarter to 10. Quarter to 10 tonight. I will make sure Kyle is actually on time, right? Adonis, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. It's cool. It's all right. Sometimes people come into your life for a specific reason, and when it's time for them to go, let's just say circumstances make sure that they're gone. You know what I mean? You try to hang on to people, you just get your ass kicked. That I can tell you for sure. So, all right. Appreciate all the support. We will see you. Go get your naps. Get your naps and your coffee. We'll see you tonight at 9:45.